had a relationship for 13 years. I had 3 kids with this girl, my ex, and for most of those years, I felt that I was in a place where, I felt that I had to be there for my kids, but I wasn't happy in a relationship myself.
Good afternoon, Mr. Waters.
Good afternoon.
But I want to ask you, you're going just by Ashley Waters now in your music. Have you dropped the Ashley beat?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, Ashley D is kind of attached, as far as I'm concerned, and to a lot of other people, to So Solid. I'm obviously trying to differentiate this project from the So Solid project. But basically, pretty much from my last album I did independently, I've been using A Waters or Ashley Waters' name. And I suppose in the same way, it's an attempt. I've had so much success with my film and TV. Just trying to bring those people that know me for that into my music world as well.
Before this, I remember you had your own music production company. Was it
AD82, still running, yeah.
So what made you decide to then join with S-Game?
It's pretty much, obviously they are more investors than, a label as far as I'm concerned. I've pretty much got the experience and the know-how to do most things by myself, but it's about, when I've spent like 5-6 years throwing my own money at it, and not getting the money back basically, so it's about kind of getting people that had the same vision and the same beliefs as us to invest their money into it, as well, which kind of takes a lot of the pressure off from me. But initially it was one of the best moves that we made, because these people are homegrown, they're starting from the ground up. It's a brand new label, and I always like to be part of things that I'm building as well.
Now tell me this, when you say it was costly, how costly was it?
It's as costly as you want it to be, but obviously I wanted, This Is Real is one of the videos that I paid for and shot myself, and we spent 30 grand on that straight. Out of my own pocket, yeah. And obviously didn't see any of that back. That was due to the lack of good marketing and the other people that I had around me at the time. So it's just about kind of getting everything in one place, one house, and making sure that the factory is tight, so every cog in the actual wheel is working just as good as every other piece.
Now let's talk about the single, Your Love.
Yeah.
You, from your own words, explain to me the sentiment behind it.
It's pretty simple. I had a relationship for 13 years. I had 3 kids with this girl, my ex, and for most of those years, I felt that I was in a place where, I felt that I had to be there for my kids, but I wasn't happy in a relationship myself. But I stayed in it, for my children and to grow up my kids, which ended up being the worst thing, because the kids can always pick up on your emotions and how you feel and whatever, and I was lacking in parenting skills because I was more focused on dealing with the relationship that I resented and weren't fully 100% in. So it got to the place where I needed to make that move. I knew that I had to make that move in order for my own progression as well. It was holding me back with my work and stuff like that. So I did, and spent a long period of time feeling that I would never find love the way I did before, because when you've been in something for so long, over a decade, you never think that you're going to be able to achieve that again. And familiarity becomes the easiest thing to go back to. But I did find love again, and I'm kind of completely over the last relationship, which I never expected to be. So the song is all about finding that place, basically, which loads of people can relate to.
When you're putting pen to paper or when you're in the studio, is that an emotional process when you actually are writing strictly from your heart?
Yeah, definitely. I don't go to studio a lot. So I'm not one of these people that bang out a mixtape in a week or a day or whatever. I can't do that. Everything has to be motivated by some sort of emotion or some sort of feeling. And I like to write like I'm writing an autobiography. And keep it, really as real as possible. Obviously, there's got to be elements of drama in there, whatever, just like with TV. But I like to keep it from a real place. So my writing happens as and when something happens in my life.
It's more organic then. You're not forcing it.
And I can't force it. I've been in studio and sat there for hours on end and come out with nothing on the paper before. So I'd rather than waste money and time, I go in when I know I've got, the A&R is pretty much non-existent. A lot of A&Rs have been replaced by marketing and PR groups who spend their days looking on YouTube for people who've got the most hits and don't really understand the quality of music or how good music needs to be, and they're kind of making decisions on who gets signed really.